were saying going into the jungle made you more confident.
Yes.
Because you've always been a little bit like so many, I'm exactly the same, and so many women are like it. We're not as comfortable as we should be in our own bodies.
Yeah, I know.
And it's difficult.
I think as well, there's now a pressure, it's sort of doing a backhander a little bit, because there's now a pressure to love yourself all the time.
Yes,
and I
that's
think
very hard.
Yeah, it's very hard, you know, and just because I am flying a flag at the moment for body confidence, but I'm also highlighting the fact that we're not going to feel like completely content and happy in ourselves all the time, and
Agreed.
that's fine.
Yes.
You know, I have days where, even though I'm much more self-accepting now, I still have days where I wake up and I've put on a few pounds and I feel a bit rubbish about myself.
I hear you.
But that's fine, and then I go, right, okay, so what do I need to do to make myself feel better? Just go to the pub, no. Go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Maybe not the gym.
Yeah.
Because we don't like gyms. But you did come to my exercise class, and it's that thing of finding exercise that you love.
Oh, darn.
You were good.
Oh, no.
No, Maxine was very complimentary.
Do you know what? I watch
you were
myself
good.
in these things, and I think, is that really me? I'm such a wally.
You're not a Wally. You were giving it large. You were Beyonce. Like all of us in our heads, we are Beyonce.
Oh, my God.
So the jungle was great fun.
It was absolutely amazing. I came out of the jungle and I thought to myself, I'm glad I'm out, and, you know, I saw my mum and dad, saw Scott, I was in tears. And then as time went on, Lorena, I realised I actually really liked doing it.
Yeah.
And I have said that if I was asked, I would go back in. I enjoyed the disconnect.
Right.
I enjoyed the challenges. I enjoyed not having to take care of everything, if you know what I mean.
I totally understand that.
You know,
I get that.
And it's there was a lot of pressure off, and I had to let go, and I had to let everybody else do their own thing,
Yeah.
which was really, really nice.
Yeah.
And when I came out, everything was fine.
Tell me about this thing that you had, you guys. You painted Noel's toenails, and you had a sort of secret code to communicate.
I did paint his toenails, I do confess. When I said to him, I'm going to paint your toenails, he did kind of look at me and go, really? I said, yeah, because every time you look at them, you can't help but smile and laugh. And just for a joke, I said, here you go. I'm painting an emergency red one, so things get really tough, then you press that red button, that red toe.
I never got a chance to press it because they hoofed me out before an emergency occurred.
I know.
But you see, you know, John hurt his ankle. I'd have been squeezing my toe.
Yeah.
You would.
It would have been there like a flash.
Do you have words of advice for anybody that is, once you're in there, because is it one of these things where you have a game plan, or is that completely wrong?
I don't think you can go in with the best thing to do is just to go enjoy it. Like, I was so surprised that I even got offered a show like I'm a Celebrity. So when I went in, I was like, right, I'm just going to enjoy every second. If I go out first, I go out first. If I make it to the end, I make it to the end. Just be yourself, and I think public can see if you're being yourself, and I think public can see if you're playing a game.
And I don't think you could keep up an act all that
No, you can't.
Really?
I think my mindset when I went in was, you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience,
Yes.
and not to let it pass me by, and to just enjoy every moment, even the difficult times in there. And there are a lot of difficult times, but, you know, I mean, I went 10 days without eating, I think.
Really?
I lost 2 stone when I was in there, yeah.
But you didn't need to. I mean, there are people that maybe go in there thinking this is like a health farm.
Yeah,
What a way to lose weight. Oh.
I was eating so much before I went in, I was like, I'm just going to get everything. I think when I met Edwina, I had a Snickers in my pocket. I did. I sold it out of the minibar.
You're sort of in the public eye. You're good at it, though. Is that because of Made in Chelsea, do you think, that experience?
I think perhaps it does gear you up. I didn't go from, you know, no one knowing my name to, you know, millions of people watching me on the TV overnight.
Yeah.
I had a taste of it previously, but I must say, you know, nothing can prepare you from leaving that jungle where I was so content and so happy.
You look so happy.
I mean, I didn't want to leave. It was bizarre.
Do you still in touch with some of them? You still in touch with
Everyone, yeah. I speak to Stanley so often. And I worked out that we're 55 years apart in age.
you and Stanley?
Here we are, and I mentioned this in the book because I love intergenerational friendships. I think, A, they're really important, and B, why should your age constraint who you hang out with? You
Exactly.
know, they have so much more life experience. So, yeah, Stanley, I keep in touch with everyone.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good. And, of course, Holly's going to be doing it this
Yeah.
year.
Oh my
Which,
God.
what do you think of that?
So exciting. I did an interview a couple of weeks ago, and they said, oh, who would it be? And I said, oh, really, really hope it's Holly. And when I heard the news, I just thought, who better to sit next to Deck?
It'll work, because they're
It's so
friends.
funny, and it will be so light. I just can't wait.
Oh, it'll be really good. Now, are you going to be involved in this show this time? Or are you going to be watching it like everyone else?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
definitely.
It is so much harder
than you think. I've watched this show for years. I know so many people that have done it. I am fit, I'm healthy, I'm strong, I train, you know, I eat well in the real world. And I didn't expect it to be as physically grueling as it is, and mentally grueling. And I know that I probably mentioned on more than one occasion that I don't deal with boredom well.
No.
And sitting around a lot killed me, but the highs were, as I just heard in the VT, super, super high, and it was so worth every second of the lows. The highs are worth it.
Exactly. Now, you are a feisty woman, and you did get a little bit cross about this. Let's have a look.
The naughty boys have been leaving the toilet seat up. It's just it's actually gross. It's gross.
I did sit on someone's wee-wee last night.
It wasn't me, but I was scared to tell Rita in case she bashed me up.
It was Harry. It was Harry. It was him.
I knew it was Harry. I knew.
But he was too scared to say. So, look, we thought we'd get you something. If Harry is ever around at your house, you can put this in the loo. There's a wee present for you. Put it in the loo and you can show it to them, and hopefully it'll make him behave.
Do you know what? I'm going to have this when Harry comes over. Harry Redknapp, this is for you, sir.
Exactly. Be a sweetie and put down the seatie. Absolutely.
It just made me realise how comfortable I've made myself in my own life, and if I've ever found anything really difficult, you know, I've had the luxury to be able to walk away from it, whereas, you know, in the jungle, you're with a load of people you don't know, like, you don't even know what time it is, like, your meals are at set times, and everything from normal life is gone, and it just, I don't know, it kind of makes you quite resourceful, I think. So I think I did as best as I could in there.
You have no idea what's going on in the outside world. And we had the wonderful actor, Mark Bannerman, from EastEnders.
Oh, yes.
And he was the nicest man. And honestly, we all thought he was going to win, because he was fantastic. He was the first to be outed.
It's strange, isn't it?
And it was all because he was getting close to one of the female members of our group.
I'd forgotten all about that.
And the girlfriend came over, saw what was happening, went back immediately. She took the next plane back. And so
there was a backlash?
Yeah. So it's very interesting.
Who would you like to see in there?
Without doubt, the only person I'd like to see in there, and I would do it again if she was in it, is the Queen.
Don't be the Queen can't go in this show.
Of course she can. I think no, everything's moving forward with the royal family. I mean, we've got Meghan, and I think the Queen would be absolutely wonderful.
Well, do you know what? She's such a practical woman with tons of common sense.
She is.
She would be fine.
And she's got a great sense of humour, so we'd have a lot of laughs.
I don't imagine her cooking or eating horrible things. Mind you, she probably has eaten horrible things.
Yes, on those tours. Exactly.
You know, looking after people, you were worried about Harry. I remember, you know, you said, look, I think we need to get the medics in here, because you thought Harry was really sick. You thought he was ill.
See, what happened was, Harry and I used to get up and go for a shower. And you have to go 2 people everywhere, wherever you go. Harry and I used to do the cold shower first thing in the morning when we got up. And that morning, he stood up. Now, a lot of people are getting dizzy through lack of food and things.
Sure.
Losing 14.5 kilos that I lost in 20 days, a kilo a day, you're kind of a little bit dehydrated and dizzy. But he stood up and then was a little bit giddy on his feet. And I said, are you all right? And he said, yeah, that was a bit odd. I was on the flat, but just lost my... Then we went down, he did it again in the shower. And then I noticed that his lip was dropped on one side. Now, my father died of a stroke.
Right.
So I immediately was like,
You'd be really
I want to get the medics in here straight away and just make... You know, he's almost 82. I want to make sure he's OK. Now, it turned out what it was, he was a little bit low on body sugars, which was making him dizzy. A bit dehydrated, which made him dizzy. And actually, he'd got a bite on his lip from one of the trials that had made his lip swell, which made him look lower on one side.
Right, I understand.
Enough signs for me to go, can we get Bob in?
You were absolutely right.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right to do that. Of course you were.
Yes, it's a supersonic weekend of entertainment, Lorraine. The I'm a Celebrity final on Sunday night. One thing I'm really looking forward to, though, you know, they do that cyclone trial,
I love
which
that
I absolutely love.
trial.
So that's tomorrow. That's on Saturday night. Then in the final show, the final 3 are each going to do a bush tucker trial. But look, Lorraine, I was just wondering if next year, you know, look at this. What do you reckon? Next year...
Not a chance.
See, I've got you all ready for it.
Thank
Look,
you. I will wear that as I'm
your
sitting watching
own
it.
Lorraine drink bottle
That is
as well.
So cute. I love that.
Would you ever go in?
No. I never mind eating kangaroos. I would rather eat my own head than go into there. But I love to watch it. This is great. This is really super cool.
I know.
Thank you.
That's one of the official ones. So if you're never going to go in, but I reckon maybe you will go in next year.
Do you think?
Yeah.
No.